Travis Wayne Goodzell. No church news. Although the picture thumbnail went missing on Nelson from yesterday. The fight that you all missed because you couldn't endure my videos. That's too bad for you. It was a pretty big fight. Nelson was pissed. Oh, he laid it in on Oaks. But you didn't want to watch. Too bad. So sad. So, if, well, you are paying attention to the video I did of Elder Holland fulfilling star prophecy from God written in the heavens. It's not me. God did it. Billions of years ago, he did it. And so, yeah, he did it again today. Is that me or is that the neighbor upset with me? And so, yeah, he fulfills prophecy again today as the moon, because you're following, right? Oh, right, you don't follow and you miss important information, like the big fight in the first presidency. Well, the moon represents religion, and the moon yesterday for Holland's big hospital date was in the High Priest constellation of Aquarius, because water pouring over the head is the Egyptian symbol for priest, and so, yeah, the moon today is in the waterfall of Aquarius, flooding, cleansing. And so what I meant to put in, had to get a song, at the beginning of the previous video I did, and said that because nobody's going to listen that far into the video, I'll do it at the beginning of one of these videos, and so here we go, 3 minutes in. The number one cause of apostasy is baptism. You've all heard the joke about the number one cause of divorce is marriage. Well, there you go. There's your religious twist for it, although marriage is a religious thing too. And so, yeah, I could do the Mormon version. The number one cause for sealing cancellation is a sealing marriage. Yeah. So there you have it. Ha ha. Yeah. Baptism is part of the cleansing, as you know. And so, to correspond with the sign in the heavens, the whole state of Utah has been flooded. That's the big news that I'm seeing today that was from last night, is with the Aquarius symbol. The signs in the heavens are back at it again for you. But the Book of Mormon says you don't care anymore about the prophecies of the signs in the heavens. God went through all that trouble, billions of years of work, and you just say, nope, it's of Lucifer. You guys are going to be destroyed, and you just say, nope. Laman and Lemuel in the Book of Mormon says that Nephi and Lehi were visionary men, and the Jerusalemites were good people, and they followed the law of Moses, and so they're not going to be destroyed. You judged them harshly. We could have stayed and been rich. Right, Mormons? And so the physical component to the spiritual component of being flooded, or the spiritual with the physical, is that of porn. Our Lucifer beloved, or Lucifer following governor, you do know the inverted pentagram on the keystone of the doors of the Salt Lake Temple, right? Or do you get offended and run away? Can't come to grips with reality, so you lie because of the failure to ban the Bible and cause everybody to hate Mormons in Utah, and their failure to ban porn altogether, as they did the other day win a judgment, which really wasn't a win. The judge violated the Constitution and committed seditious conspiracy to overthrow the government, as I did the video on that. But yeah, he's allowing the anti-constitutional law of hurting people through cyber terrorism by forcing us to sign in to verify our age for fully clothed female sites, as I found out today. Dear God. Pissed me off. The women in white satin. It's just getting out of control. But that's the whole purpose. That's why Utah is on the forefront of pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. The church back in 2021 fired Natasha Helfer and excommunicated her because she said there's nothing wrong with... What are you talking about? Porn's not dangerous. It's not harmful. And the church said, no, we've got to destroy America by destroying the First Amendment. And that's what it's all about. They tried to do religious freedom to overthrow the government. They are pushing to violate freedom of speech and violate the respect for marriage and right to petition for redress of grievances. Everything in the First Amendment the church is seeking to overthrow. And the legislature and the government of Utah are likewise trying to help the church in this activity. Seditious conspiracy. And who's going to stop them? It has to escalate to the Supreme Court, and that takes years. And the church put the Supreme Court justices in. The Council for National Policy. Gotta watch, guys. Can't just come to one video and then just use denialism to prove me wrong and own me. Bastards. And so, yeah, that's the big news. Churches trying to flood the state with anti-porn. And in case there are those of you who don't know, men go through mood swings too. It's not just women. Yes. Men, 24/7, once we hit puberty, we start producing seed. That seed must be released. It cannot be bottled up. It cannot be kept within us. We get moody. We get grumpy. We get angry. We get triggered. And it will lead to more serious criminal actions, like rape. Familiar with Utah news? As the church keeps pushing anti-porn, the rise in sex crimes goes with it. Not a coincidence. The church forces the government to push for abstinence only. And that's abuse. Sexual abuse. Church has been guilty all along of sex trafficking, and here they are further with their abuse that they've been doing all this time as well. It's got to be stopped, because this is getting out of control. The governor is pushing for anti-social media now. He means porn. They don't call it porn, but what else is on TikTok? Oh, right, the Mormon meanies or whoever they are that get millions of views exposing BYU co-eds of being racist. That also needs to be banned. And so yes, the twerking videos and women doing fashion dances in sexy outfits, not wearing their magic underwear as 11-year-old girls, is porn to the church. And so yeah, it has absolutely nothing to do with China using TikTok to cause ADHD on American kids so that psychos start drugging them for brain control, behavioral control. It has absolutely nothing to do with that whatsoever, and the church being involved with family services with psychos all over the place have nothing to do with that either, even though the psychos are going into the school systems here in Utah and into the BYUs to replace science with psychos, which is anti-science. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. Nothing. Natasha Helfer was a psychologist, and she actually said the right thing for medical science. Now she was fired. So yes, big picture. And to finish it all off with the cherry on top, a University of Utah criminal justice professor, I'm willing to bet, is getting framed. I saw this way back at the beginning of COVID. Governor was threatened by Nelson at conference to reopen the government, to reopen the state. And so the governor wanted the airport opened back up again. The nation had the few states in which the leaders of the airports, I don't know what they're called, were refusing to protect your lives, from a deadly virus that went all over the world and is transmitted by air travel. And so, yeah, the Utah leader of the airport refused. I'm not opening. I'm going to protect human life. And Governor Herbert got his way. How? Oh, all of a sudden, an anonymous tip through Microsoft claimed his home computer had 50,000 downloaded images of child porn on his computer. Get him. Oh, he's got to go to prison. Well, what happened? There was no court. There was no hearing. He disappeared. He's never been heard of since. Yeah. But Governor Herbert got a new guy to replace him, and he opened up the airport just in time to cause the spread and escalation. Mission accomplished for Russell M. Nelson. And so, yeah, this guy has been found involved in child porn. And so I can easily see he's a criminal justice teacher. He teaches the law about criminal justice. And child porn is part of that. I can see someone pissed off with a bee. Or they don't do that anymore, do they? It's a pass or fail. So somebody failed because he didn't show up to class and thought he would still pass, and then go on into the field of criminal justice. Well, apparently he's brilliant with cyber hacking and did what was done to the previous guy. Ta-da! So, yeah. Somebody got revenge. I'm willing to bet you. And you'll never hear from that guy ever again. You'll never be able to follow any kind of court proceedings, none of that. He'll disappear. And they'll show him that the criminal justice system in Utah is flawed and broken by committing crime to prove it. It's already proven with the crime that goes on here. So, there you have it. All based on porn today.